Here's my speech. I have one person on Zoom and my 2 girls. You see me good? Mm-hmm. Every day we encounter soiled surfaces, be that in our home, our office, or in a classroom setting. There are many different options to clean these surfaces and sanitize them. What is one of the best ways that you have found as cleaning solutions? Today we are going to go over the 5-step cleaning process. I will introduce them to you. It's something that we use daily in my preschool classroom. We will go over where to use it, how to make it, and its proper use. Let's begin with how it's used in the classroom. We use it during diaper and toilet changing. When a child is on the changing table, we use it in between each child's diaper change. And then also when they're toileting, we use that to clean the toilet after each child. We use it before and after meals to make sure the table is clean and sanitized before the kids eat and as well as after they eat. And we also use this to help clean our toys and the toy shelves in our classroom. Other ways we might utilize this is our sinks for when the kids toothbrush, also doorknobs and shelf stair rails, anywhere that the kids touch a lot, we will use this process to help clean. How I use this in my home is when my kids or myself or my husband are sick and we just want a little extra sanitizing done, or I have 2 dogs, and with dogs come messes, and that seems to be a good way to help clean up after them. Now that we have covered how to use it, we'll talk about the supplies needed for this process. You will need a set of spray bottles, 3 of them to be exact, water, Dawn dish soap, disinfecting bleach, test strips for the bleach, and paper towel. Next, let's go over how to make the bleach, or the bottles. First and foremost, you are going to label the bottles. You will have all 3 bottles. You will label 1 soap, 1 water, and 1 bleach, or if it's easier for you, you can label it a sanitizing solution. From there, you will fill each bottle 3/4 of the way full of water. I found it best to use warm water, but I've had classrooms where we didn't have access to warm water first thing in the morning, so we made them with cold water. Either way, works perfect. It just works a little bit easier to mix the solutions with warm to hot water. In the first bottle, your soap bottle, you will do a squirt of soap, and just enough to make sure that there's nice suds when you spray the surfaces. Not too much, but just the right amount. The second bottle will be just water, or you'll keep it as is. And the third bottle will be your bleach solution. You will do a drop of bleach, and to test the bleach solution, you will use the test strips that we talked about earlier. You'll rip a small piece off, spray the solution onto the strip, and check the color. The color system is like a pink to purple old test strip situation, and for everyday sanitizing and cleaning, you would use 25 to 50 parts per million, and that is safe to be around kids. For deep sanitation, you would do 100 parts per million, and that is not to be used around kids. This type of situation you would use at the end of every day if kids are extra sick, and on the weekends, and you would let this air dry to where the solution would dissipate before the kids come back in the classroom. Finally, we will go over the proper steps in the cleaning process. We will go over the scenario of using the system at the table after lunch. So today we had broccoli and goulash for lunch. And so first you would clean off the debris off the table. That may be broccoli and noodles and stuff like that. And then you would also want to wipe up any additional spills there might be, whether it be milk, water, you would wipe that up. From there, you'll take your spray bottle, your soapy spray bottle, and you'll generously spray the surface and then wipe down with the paper towel. That's your second step. Your third step would be to spray again generously with the water spray and wipe that down. The last step of the process is to apply the bleach solution. This solution you will let air dry, preferably completely. If you have to use the surface right away again, you would have to let it sit for at least 30 seconds, and then you can wipe it down. This type of situation might come in handy when, say, like after breakfast, we go into art. And so we would clean the table after breakfast, and then we could bring out art supplies right away and not have to wait that full time for it to air dry. As we wrap up our time together, we went over the different steps to be able to use the 5-step cleaning process. How it's used daily in our classroom, and how to make the bottles and how to utilize it correctly. So next time you find yourself crying over spilt milk, remember the simple yet effective way to clean and sanitize that is tried and tested daily in preschool classrooms across the country.